I am a dork. I am a teacher. I am a cellist. I am an artist. The parts of my personality that make up who I am today would have and did define me as different in middle and high school. I drooled over Marvel comics. I was a classical cellist and a lover of education, and those things didn't really give me that it factor that would have made me popular. However, I made sure that my core values, positivity, and passion always radiated more than how I looked or acted. Fast forward the present day, and those parts of my personality that would have not made me popular are the foundation for my entire career. After teaching orchestra in the public schools for 8 years, I found a void in the education system that would not only benefit students, but would also take all my passions and put them into one career path. Thus became the birth of Maine Youth Rock Orchestra. I wanted to find a way to provide music students the professional opportunities I had on tour, on stage, and in the studio. See, these are things that are rarely, if ever, are talked about to middle and high school students, but are the foundation for a career in music. Students in Maine Youth Rock Orchestra, including one of your own here at Cape Elizabeth, Natalie Gale, were some of the first students in history to tour with a band. They have recorded with the likes of Gregory Alan Isakov, they've recorded with the Ballroom Thieves and the Ghost of Paul Revere, have shared the stage with the likes of Gregory Alan Isakov and Spose, and have played at the State Theater more times than any other Maine musician. But guess what? These rock stars, they're your peers. They are students your age who are doing amazing things whether you know it or not. They are making history and doing things no other students across the country are doing. Don't idolize the rock stars and celebrities you will never meet or ever get to know, but instead, channel that energy in a positive light on the rock star students in your schools and communities who are breaking new ground. I started Maine Youth Rock Orchestra in a state that had really very little orchestra programs, didn't want it, didn't see its need. I had no foundation to base it off of, and its initial launch was kind of awful. Regardless, I said screw it, and I did it for 2 reasons. Number one, I was passionate to the nth degree about something I created. This organization, it was basically a reflection of me, full of energy, always thinking differently and creatively, and something traditional but off the beaten path. And secondly, I wanted to prove to those who doubted me that different and revolutionary are positive and necessary. They move us forward, evolve us, and push us all into new directions that may shake things up temporarily, but in the future will benefit everyone, especially the up-and-coming generations, AKA all of you. And I'm gonna get cocky, saying screw it, paid off. There we go. Hey-o. The Maine Youth Rock Orchestra logo was designed by this woman, and she's a Mainer, ROBYN Canner. ROBYN was formerly Robbie, and ROBYN is a transgender woman, and the perfect example of an individual who not only embraced their true self, but has been overly successful about radiating who they are. ROBYN has designed for New Balance and Staples, and is currently at Amazon as one of their senior mobile interface designers. More importantly, though, ROBYN took one of her passions alongside design and made it into a reality. In 2014, ROBYN founded My Trans Health, which is a marketplace for the transgender community to find quality health insurance and providers. My Trans Health is the largest marketplace in the country for the transgender community, and her work at this company has landed her in the White House. This is one of my closest colleagues and friends. Some of you may know him, most of you probably don't. Now, without saying a single word, I want you to think of 3 words that describe who he is. Base it purely on what he looks like. What kind of individual do you think he is? So, show of hands. Who had the word nonprofit founder, philanthropist, and motivational speaker? I didn't think so. This is Davey Muse of the band Vanna. Aside from screaming into a microphone professionally, he gives back to nonprofits across the country, has started his own nonprofit, Shovel Brand, which is a one-for-one clothing company, so that for every piece of clothing you buy, he donates that same piece of clothing to a homeless youth in Maine, and eventually the country. And to top it off, he's also one of the most sweet and caring individuals I have met in a very long time. It's so easy to judge others based on image. We form stigmas and categorize them without even taking a second to know anything about their character or their passions. And especially in high school, you were all trying to find your path in one way or another and trying to find who you are. And still trying to find your path is okay. If we go back, 15 years ago, the 10th grade version of me, I had blonde tips, braces, I wore chain wallets, and yellow polyester plaid pants from H&M. So I think we can all agree in saying that I was in the running for People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. However, I made sure that of my character never changed and always stayed true. I was and am always helpful, driven, positive, absorbed by music, and a dork. And, you know, and then if we think about it, it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I truly found my path. In my 20s, I was, slowly kind of getting in the right direction, but it wasn't until 2013 that I knew without a doubt who I was as an individual and what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I swore I was going to teach in a public school classroom until I was 85, never retire. Who does that? But instead, I wanted to extend my ideas beyond the classroom and help revolutionize learning and reinvent education for both students and teachers. We are always asked the questions about what careers, and ambitions. The three questions I always hear all the time are, what career do you want to be in? Where do you want to be? What type of job do you want to be in? I think instead we should be asking the questions, what type of person can I be? How can I become a better individual? How can I help those around me? Because at our core, we are not doctors, entrepreneurs, musicians, students. At our core, we are human. That's all that matters. We are human together. It is the one thing that we all can share and relate to. And there's no place to judge others based on image, lifestyle, race, or demographic. And there are the students like those in Maine Youth Rock Orchestra who are rock stars at what they do. They are students who are all around you all the time and doing amazing things, whether it's through their endeavors or through their character. Now, I want to go back and I want to revisit the beginning, because as much as those parts of my character at the beginning are how I spend my time, they don't determine who I am. And though as much as those titles are a large part of my life, the who of your personality dictates the what. I am positive. I am driven. I am dedicated. I am loyal. And I am passionate. What are your I ams? What are three things that, if someone were to describe your character, would best represent you? Whatever direction you go in life, please do so with positivity, with compassion, with patience, and with drive. Never settle or stray from that what is the core of your character. And if you fail, and you're gonna fail, good. Let it happen. But the key is to learn from it and improve both yourself and your actions. Because who you are as a person dictates everything else. And to those around you, it is what radiates the most. If you want to rock at life, hone in on that part of your personality that will not only better yourself, but those around you. Thank you.